While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soca Avenue, all new on CBC TV8. Feeling the festival.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Mornin Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. to see me, Chrissy D, on Fashion Flair on CBC TV8. I'll be bringing you the latest fashion trends, fashion ends, and everything in between. Get ready to transform your style, get inspired, and elevate your fashion game with the ultimate guide to looking fabulous. Join me, Chrissy D, this Friday on CBC TV8 at 6 p.m. for an exciting episode of Fashion Flair.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soca Avenue, all new on CBC TV8. Feeling the festival.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. to see me, Chrissy D, on Fashion Flair on CBC TV8. I'll be bringing you the latest fashion trends, fashion ends, and everything in between. Get ready to transform your style, get inspired, and elevate your fashion game with the ultimate guide to looking fabulous. Join me, Chrissy D, this Friday on CBC TV8 at 6 p.m. for an exciting episode of Fashion Flair.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soca Avenue, all new on CBC TV8. Feeling the festival.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. to see me, Chrissy D, on Fashion Flair on CBC TV8. I'll be bringing you the latest fashion trends, fashion ends, and everything in between. Get ready to transform your style, get inspired, and elevate your fashion game with the ultimate guide to looking fabulous. Join me, Chrissy D, this Friday on CBC TV8 at 6 p.m. for an exciting episode of Fashion Flair.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning and welcome to another Morning Barbados presentation for today, July 23rd. It is a rainy Tuesday morning here in Barbados, certainly in my part of the world. I don't know if it's nice and bright and sunshiny where you are. Well, can't be too sunshiny as yet because the sun is just coming up, but wonderful to have you in company. I'm Tisha Hines, and I'll be here with you until just around 8 o'clock this morning. If I can help it and stay a little longer, I certainly will try. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll see. You have a little time off because the children are off from school, so maybe you're leaving home a little later. Be careful as you move around. Remember, the pedestrians use the roads too, and you can get a lot of water out there, so you don't want to splash anyone or anything of a sort, or you don't want to cause any little bumper-to-bumper incidents. You know, sometimes when we see rain falling, people get a little too fast on the roads, and then we have issues. On that note, good morning to the Barbados Police Service as well. I know you've said to us in the past that when there's rain, particularly heavy rain, you tend to get a lot more calls from the roads. So be careful as you head out. Today we continue to celebrate with the Barbados Defence Force as we look toward their big 45th anniversary celebration coming up in August. And we have some other officers who will be in today to talk to us some more about their operations. We most certainly will be celebrating with them. Plus, Shop Cropover. It's an opportunity for you to get out and support local goods and services and small business people, as well as support the festival all at once. We're going to tell you more about how you can do that. But we wanted to start this morning, as we often do on Tuesdays, by welcoming Ambassador David Commichong to Morning Barbados. And today he's brought along the Honourable Colin Jordan, MP, Minister of Labour, Social Security and the Third Sector. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome.
Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Tisha. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you, Ambassador, for bringing me along.
Absolutely. Well, he is kind of the staple here on Morning Barbados. He's here every Tuesday morning. And, you know, but it's good to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Sharing of something that's very, very important. Throughout the season of Emancipation, there are a number of dates that we look forward to. And coming up this Friday, the 26th, is the Day of National Significance. And the government will be staging something equally as important as what happened to commemorate the occasion. So I'll start with you, Ambassador. Talk to us about the significance of the Day of Significance and how it will be commemorated this time around.
It's important. You know, Barbadians, we can get so caught up in the Cropover festival that sometimes we can lose sight that just as we are celebrating Cropover, we are also celebrating our season of emancipation, which actually started on the 14th of April, the date of the Bussa Rebellion. But we are now reaching really the climax of the season of emancipation with the July 26th Day of National Significance, and followed shortly thereafter with the August 1st Emancipation Day. But this Friday, 26th of July, is when we commemorate that transformative episode in the history of Barbados that took place 87 years ago. The Clement Paine-centered People's Rebellion. And this was, you know, back in the 1930s, these rebellions swept right across the Caribbean. It wasn't just a Barbados thing. It started in Belize in 1934. From Belize, the people rose up in St. Kitts, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana in 1939. And they called that series of people's rebellions the new emancipation, because slavery had been abolished in 1834, 1838, and for 100 years, very little had changed for the masses of the black people of the Caribbean. And so by the 1930s, 100 years after the abolition of slavery, our people were saying enough is enough. We are going to send a message that these societies have to change. And that message was received because there was the local establishment set up the Dean Commission of Inquiry, the British government set up the Moyne Commission of Inquiry, and out of those commissions came Trade Union Act, political parties, ultimately universal adult suffrage, newer secondary schools, labor commissioners, you name it. So it is so important that we Barbadian people, that we isolate this wonderful episode in our history, that we pay respect to the men and women who made that sacrifice, and that we look back upon it and commemorate it as something that represents the best of the Barbadian spirit.
Absolutely. And Minister Jordan, I know that the theme, Past Struggles, Future Victories, speaks specifically to that and a whole lot more. Tell us more about what we can expect.
Well, I'd like to place what Ambassador spoke about in kind of a context where labor is concerned. You began by asking about Cropover season. Ambassador mentioned season of emancipation. So that celebrating the end of the crop, celebrating the end of a harvest, speaks not just to the fact that the canes were cut, but that the effort of workers had gone into the harvest, because there's no harvest without the workers. And so the celebration of Cropover must include celebrating the work of those who allowed there to be a crop in the first place. The planting, because there were no mechanized forms of planting or harvesting. So the planting and the reaping of the crop is really worker-centered. Now, the theme for this year, the importance of trade unions and the rights and progress they've fought and won for us all, is under the rubric of past struggles and future victories. And what we will be celebrating is that where we are now did not just happen. We heard about what happened in 1937 and in the 1930s across the Caribbean. What we can enjoy now, what we now sometimes take for granted, is a result of struggle, is a result of people suffering loss of life, injuries, real struggle across many centuries, but most recently the 1930s. And so we think it important that as we celebrate this day of national significance, that we bring back to the minds of Barbadians that what we enjoy was not handed to us on a plate. It was not given by anybody. It had to be fought for. This is a result of struggle. And the workers have been in the forefront of the struggle. We can go back to 1675 in Barbados, the uprising that close to my heart because it was planned to take place, was centered in St. Peter. That was workers then enslaved, but workers nonetheless who were going to rise up. 1692, then Buster in 1816. All of the progress, almost all of the progress that the country has seen with respect to human rights has been a result of the struggle of workers over the centuries. So we have seen a lot of progress. We see ourselves in Barbados as maybe one of the more advanced societies in the Caribbean, but it did not happen just like that. It was not somebody snapping a finger. It was not just a natural evolution of a situation. This was the result of a struggle, and that struggle involved sacrifice. And on the Day of National Significance this year, we will reflect on the struggle and celebrate what that struggle has produced for us, and that allows me and my children to enjoy a Barbados that we feel is a decent country, a good country to live in.
And there's no better place to do it than in the square that celebrates Clement Payne, who was a part of that early struggle as well, Ambassador.
Yeah. Oh yes, Golden Square, Freedom Park, sacred ground. Golden Square. You know, if you go and see it now, you wouldn't imagine what it was like back in 1937. It wasn't that spacious, beautiful, open area. It was in fact the worst slum in the whole of Barbados. That was a slum area full of deplorable housing, people packed in. But it was where Clement Payne said he found his greatest supporters. And no doubt he found his greatest supporters there, because those were perhaps the people who were suffering most in Barbados at the time. So Golden Square was where Clement Payne held many of his meetings, and we have now, because it was where the rebellion actually started in July 26, 1937. So in tribute to that, we have put up that beautiful Freedom Park that Barbadians respect, because it really reflects, as I said, the best of our history and heritage. But on Friday, we want to invite all Barbadians to come out. We're going to have two things are going to be happening. Starting at 6 o'clock, we're going to have our Day of National Significance ceremony. And we are going to have spokespersons from the 4 oldest, most veteran trade unions of Barbados. And that is the Barbados Nurses Association, which actually started a year before the rebellion. That actually started in 1936. A nurse called Eunice Gibson, who had the foresight to establish this association.
And I was wondering, why do you know that name? And then it came back to me when you said it a second time, the Polyclinic.
Yes, Eunice Gibson. So, Colin says these are the people who fought for us. Then we have the BNA. They used to be the Barbados Registered Nurses Association, but they changed their name recently to the Barbados Nurses Association. Then we have the Barbados Workers Union, which was registered as a trade union in 1941. We have the National Union of Public Workers, which began as the Civil Service Association in 1944. And the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, which was established in 1946. So we speak about the progress that we enjoy today being the result of struggles. So whether you go back to the struggles of Coffee and Bussa and against slavery, or you go to the struggles of Clement Payne and Israel Lovell and Darnley Allen and Ulrich Grant and Morty Mesquite and Eunice Belgrave in the 1930s, or you go to the struggles of the trade unions, which built upon that foundation and fought many historic battles so that we could enjoy the kind of society that we enjoy today. So the trade unions, each trade union is going to speak about some exciting episode of struggle in their past, where they had to undertake a struggle to win rights and progress for the Barbadian people. So they will regale us with some story of, an important struggle of the past, and then they will all look forward to the future. What are they working on now? What future victory do they want to see materialize and that they're working towards? And then, of course, we'll have Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley, who will give the feature address. So that will start at 6. That will go for about an hour, and then we go into the National Folk Concert. So it's going to be a really great evening when we celebrate the best of the Barbadian heritage, history, and sense of identity.
Oh, I certainly didn't know that the Barbados Nurses Association was that old, but it says a great deal that we still have the BWU and NWPW, NUPW, and the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union around, at this time, being the very first unions to have started back then, Minister.
Yeah, I think it speaks to a sustainability that I do not think society, those persons who consider themselves to be leading lights in society back then, resided in those who came before us. There would have been a feeling that, these people are forming groups, but it's not going to last too long. But I think when we look back at the fact that ordinary working people formed these organizations, some of them did not have the kind of schooling that we have now. Maybe they did not possess some of the tools. The people now study organizational behavior, organizational systems and structure. Ordinary people came together, and the word that we use all the time is solidarity. And solidarity is what takes us beyond sometimes skills and certification. People standing together and have proven that over many decades, these organizations that started humble beginnings are still standing strong today, still fighting these struggles and still looking forward to future victories. And I think it speaks to the resilience of people who, even in difficult circumstances, could come together and could organize themselves and still, all these years after, still be in existence. The organizations have evolved, but they're still in existence.
It speaks to the foundation.
The foundation and the spirit that drove those who started these organizations.
Absolutely. So I'm happy to have the Clement Payne story, which was compiled and edited by the ambassador. Thank you. I'm always happy to see you, even happier when you bring gifts. But I certainly will be going through this. It's always wonderful to get a little piece of history. And to remind you, it starts at 6 o'clock. It's coming up on Friday. As the ambassador told you, the various unions will speak, and then featured remarks by the Prime Minister, which will be followed by the folk concert titled Full Circle. And I believe that's exactly what this is. Certainly is full circle. I want to thank both of you gentlemen for making time to come and share with us this morning. Minister Jordan, we hope to see you a lot more. I know you have to travel from very far.
Yeah, I travel from coffee country to come to Bridgetown. And I tell you, just as in parting, that in the 1937 Workers' Uprising, and just to indicate to you that it is not difficult for people from so far north to be involved, in the 1937 uprising, the second largest number of martyrs were actually from St. Peter. There are three, most were from St. Michael, but the second largest number were from St. Peter. So we've been involved. We can get to CBC.
Again, thank you very much. And we most certainly hope that you can get out on Friday to be a part of that presentation as we commemorate the Day of National Significance, and a whole lot more, of course, through the folk concert coming up as well, and the various presentations. All right, well, it's time for a break. When we come back, another celebration. This time we're celebrating with the Barbados Defence Force as we look toward their 45th anniversary. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soka Avenue. All new on CBC TV 8. Feeling the festival.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the...
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we told you we're celebrating with the Barbados Defence Force. It's wonderful to have some of the officers here celebrating with us today. We're really be talking about the work that they do and sharing more so we get more behind the scenes. So we're happy to have Captain Donovan Smith, who is officer in charge of the BDF drone unit.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, I've heard the name behind the scenes, and maybe we've had conversations through third parties. Yes. So it's always great to put a face to the names and that kind of thing. And of course, Lieutenant Commander Neil Matthew, Coast Guard, who is in charge of the cyber unit.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you with us as well.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
First of all, thanks for the work you do every day to keep us safe and secure here in Barbados. And these two units, though, are units that you probably wouldn't have heard about a few years ago. And it speaks to how your units continue to grow and develop based on what's happening in the world to ensure that we are in step and in some instances probably ahead of what's happening when it comes to security and really looking out for our people and getting your job done. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now I'll start with you, Captain Smith. Let's talk a little bit about the drone unit. I know that unit has really changed the face of how things are done. Particularly just a few weeks ago, we had Hurricane Beryl. And in the aftermath of that, I know the job of your units, you guys had to go out and physically assess what was done. Now in the advent of having drones, that's just one aspect of how things have changed for you. So let's talk a bit about the drone unit and really what your mandate is and how you've helped to change the way that you're able to conduct your business.
Good morning. Thanks, Tisha. So the drone unit was formed in 2020, just before COVID. And we used it as a force multiplier, and we have to look at how technology enhances the world. So, you know, sometimes you have the negative side of technology and you have the positive side of technology. So from a military perspective, technology is a form of innovation. And the drones actually help make us more efficient, more competent, more current, and give us a timely response to respond to make informed decisions as you go forward from a soldiering perspective. So, yes, you use birds as one example. So part of our mandates would be disaster assessment, disaster search and rescue, sometimes the aid and assistance in the national security effort in terms of assisting or civil power or friends in the civil power. And that's basically what we do every day. You wouldn't see us, but we see you from the eyes in the sky.
Wow, that's a very interesting thing. And for you, Lieutenant Commander Matthew, talk to us about the cyber unit. Likewise, I would imagine, maybe not in 2020, but by this name and what you do, I would imagine that it changes ever so often. So talk to us about the mandate of your particular department.
Yeah, so the cyber unit is a bit older than the drone unit. We were formed out of forward thinking of the then Chief of Staff. He recognized that the digital domain was very significant. It was not only the coast that we have to protect, it was not only land forces, we had to look beyond that. As Donovan said, what we did with drones was innovation, and this was part of innovation as well, because you can't be stagnant as a force. If you stay where you were, you can't move forward. So we looked at the digital landscape and recognized that that was where potential threats could come at a national level, and we started to develop a unit to start to not necessarily counteract to fight anyone, but to defend our landscape, our critical infrastructure, and support and assist our other government entities. We are partnered with MIST in this fight, so that's what we're trying to do here in the cyber unit.
Let's talk about the roles and responsibilities within your unit and a little bit more about what you do. I would imagine that you can't necessarily spill all the beans.
We can't.
However, when we talk about ICT departments and information and communications departments across companies, they do something a little different from when you talk about cyber units. So when you mention that you are a cyber unit and you're partnering with MIST, let's kind of delve a little bit more into what this encompasses. What types of threats are we talking about when we think cybersecurity that you have to work on through this unit?
So it's funny you should mention other companies, because what we didn't lead into, both Donovan and I are actually reserve members of the Barbados Defence Force. We are part-timers. So we use our civilian skills to enhance what we do in the BDF. By nature, I am a cybersecurity professional at CBC Caribbean. That's my bread and butter, my 8 to 4. And then I do this. In terms of our roles and responsibility, what we try to manage is what is happening in our landscape in terms of our threat actors. Sometimes you would see persons trying to deface our networks and our websites from the government perspective. There's always things like phishing threats where people send you emails and you click on that wrong link and you start to get into trouble. It's sort of managing the network post that. We try to do a lot before that happens though. We do a lot of awareness training, and we intend to do a lot more of that awareness training, not only in the BDF, but across all government entities to make sure that people are focused on doing the right thing.
Captain Smith, let's delve a little bit more. You said assessment and search and rescue and so on are areas that you've kind of been able to beef up through the drone unit. Can we talk about your fleet? I don't necessarily, I know it might be a little touchy, but in terms of what you do as the Eye in the Sky, remember there used to be some program called Eye in the Sky a few years ago. You know, how does that truly, getting a little more granular, enhance how you're able to secure Barbados and do your job?
So being Eyes in the Sky, you have a wider cross area, you have a wider surface area you can see. You see a broader foot map, and then you actually know where the threats are before you actually deploy or infantry or foot soldiers on the ground. And it provides full intel, full information back to wherever you're going back to, and it helps make informed decisions. Remember, it's using technology as a force multiplier, a force enhancer, and being innovative. So as Commander Matthew said, we're both reservists, and we look at innovation, leadership with technology, bring everything together. And what that has done so far, it has attracted a lot of young people, which means that we can pass the baton pretty soon, and it enhances the outlook of the force. So, and then it gives all the young soldiers, as well as young people who are interested in a military career, something to look forward to. You know, to use the technology as a positive outlook. That's how we look at it in the military.
All right, this obviously is, again, we've talked about this extensively, an opportunity for people to grasp opportunities.
Correct.
Because having started this in 2020, it will be interesting to hear about your rise through the ranks and where you started and how you got to where you are today.
So the journey was started in 2020 under the vision of the then Chief of Staff, Colonel Granham, and Major Proverbs. And then ironically, it so happened that COVID started in 2020, and we were the only team to provide the coastal security, as well as the additional security up at the prison. From there, we just started to grow, and then add support to wherever needed support. For example, remember 2020 you had COVID, then you had the Ashfall, then you had Elsa, then you fast forward, you had Brett, then you had Cropover, then you have other search and rescues happening. So it started to prove its worth and show its worth and say, hold on, this is making sense. This is actually helping us to respond quicker, be more efficient, and then be more competent in what we do. So, for example, the mantra is you're current, you're competent, but more importantly, you're staying futuristic. And that's what makes us continue to be relevant today. That's what makes the soldiering and the military more current and relevant. So, I mean, cliche, it's Cropover, you might hear, there's so much soldiers in this small country, you know, song with Gabby.
No.
But we can say yes, yes, yes. Right? That's what we can say, because of what we do. So both cyber drones become hand in hand because we're taking technology, we're enhancing the force, and then we're actually being more efficient.
Wonderful answer to the first part of my question. Where you came in and where you are now, interested always in that. You know, you're now a captain, even though you're a reservist,
yes,
as you call it. So I know there are a lot of young people looking on who might be interested in finding
so
out.
I started, so first I would say up and on. So I started.
All right. Up and on work.
Right. I started, I was a cadet at Commemoration School in 1993, from 1993 to 2000. And the cadet corps did a lot for me in terms of character building, being able to face the world. So I believe in giving back. So technically in 2004, I was given the opportunity to only give back that time. And I always wanted to give back 6 years, 7 years, which is N+1. 20 years later, I have risen through the ranks from officer cadet to second lieutenant to lieutenant. I know a captain. And it has been a wonderful journey, interesting at times. And I would tell anybody, if you have a passion to want to give back, that's where satisfaction comes. We are reservists. It is not only a labor of love, but it is a passion to see people develop, see people grow, and enhance themselves. There's no better satisfaction when you train someone and you see them develop to reach the pinnacle of their career or what they want to achieve within their lives. And that's why we're still here. I mean, Commander Mahu's a 30-year veteran. I'm a 20-year veteran. And that's where the cookie crumbles, basically.
All right. Why did you make the decision to be a reservist?
Well, I started to make that decision myself. As Donovan said, and I go a bit further than him. Again, cadet at Commemoration, it was something I loved to do. I originally wanted to join the Army full-time, but took another path. And then I remember I was doing something in Bridgetown when Colonel Bostic saw me. He had been one of our leaders in a previous life. And he said, "Why are you not at recruiting?" And I was like, recruiting? So fast forward, I ended up recruiting. I spent some life as an enlisted soldier in the regiment. Then I transitioned to become an officer in 2000, moved through the ranks there in the regiment for a while, and then on taking command of the cyber unit, transitioned again. So,
well, that has been quite some time, but it's wonderful to have two very close units in terms of, because you have to, work very closely together in terms of what you do. And relatively young units as well that have to, like every other unit, but particularly because of the way technology is moving across the world, have to constantly keep going and growing, making sure that you truly are ahead of what's happening. What are some of the agencies that you work with, not only here, but maybe outside of? I see them smiling. Are there questions I'm not supposed to ask?
I don't know what he's smiling at. Primarily, we work with, of course, the Barbados Police Service. From a law enforcement perspective, we work the regional security system, of course, from a regional perspective. We do also work, Donovan will work with the prison service and a lot of other entities in terms of when we do drone training and that type of stuff. We focus on that. We do work with other countries as well. I'm actually on Sunday departing to go to Miami to Southern Command to attend a cybersecurity workshop. So we do get work with a lot of our partners in other countries.
Yeah, and it's very interesting time that you're here, particularly now. One of the things that's in the news is about the big cybersecurity issue, the update that they had last week. So that reinforces how interconnected our world is, how important it is to be on top of things when it comes to cybersecurity, ICT, and everything else associated with it. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming out and sharing with us today. And of course, maybe delving deeper than you have before into exactly what you do, because these conversations I find were lacking for a long time, where a lot of people only get to engage with you when they see you kind of passing by or maybe doing joint patrols or what have you. And I think it's important that we understand the depth of the work that you do. So before you go, Final word to anyone looking on who might want to consider giving back or, pursuing a life in the military.
What I would say is that both from a reserve perspective and a full-time perspective, if you look at it, the military is the only organization in the world that you can find every single profession, from doctors, lawyers, engineers, legal assistants, clerks. And if you choose to, you have that avenue. Yes, commander is a cybersecurity expert within the private sector. I'm a telecoms consultant in my private application. But you can also you can fuse the two, and once you fuse the two and you have the right attitude, the right aptitude, and the right work ethic, you're good to go.
All right, and for you?
Well, I think Donovan has said the majority of it. At the end of the day, I've had a very rewarding life as a reservist. I've been able to live both my civilian life and had the opportunity to serve as a reservist in the Barbados Defence Force, which has been a phenomenal opportunity for me. And I encourage anybody who wants to have that balance. It's a great balance to have, serving your country, but you can still do what you want to do on the outside. So a great thing to do.
Okay, did you tell me that he was around for 30 years or 13 years?
32.
No comment.
32?
32.
So that means you were here for almost the whole time the BDF.
Oh, no. It's 45.
We're heading to 45.
32 and 45 are very
that
different
number.
numbers. No.
You're very close to that number, sir. I would imagine that next time you come back, you'll be able to kind of do some juxtapositioning and tell us what things were like then as compared to now, how the uniform has changed, for example, when we're talking things a little more on the quiet side. So we're going to come to you because we invited you to come sit on the couch to kind of talk about these things formally, but we want to walk in your shoes too, or boots. So we're going to make sure that we come out and share with our audience what you see from where you sit and what you do as well. So again, thanks for your service and thanks for coming in to share with us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us and have a good day.
And you, all right, time for another break. We still have more discussions to come, so do stick around as we continue telling you all about the BDF's 45th anniversary coming up in August. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Just about 8 minutes now to go before 7 o'clock, 8 minutes before 7. The time goes quickly, especially when you're having fun. And I truly am enjoying finding out a lot more about the Barbados Defence Force. Captain Dr. Tara Towler, who is officer in charge of the Florence Gittins Medical Facility, joins us now, along with Corporal Chantal Morris, who's a registered nurse. So good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you.
And I'm always especially happy to have the ladies here talking about the BDF and military service, so thanks for your service, first of all. I'll start with you, Captain Towler. Talk to me about exactly what you do or the role of the facility that you manage, first of all, over at St. Anne's Fort?
Okay, so good morning. The Health and Wellness Facility of St. Anne's Fort is the Forest Giddens Medical Facility, and essentially our mandate is to provide overall health support for our service persons, and that can be in the form of your regular routine care, so your everyday wellness checks, or it can be our emergency services, so something critical has happened and we have the capacity to respond to those emergency cases.
All right, Corporal Morris, how do you find that working in this area in a military facility might be a little different from working in a civilian facility?
Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Barbados. Working in the health services facility of the Barbados Defense Force, I do have to balance on both sides, being a full-time soldier, and then I work alongside the team with providing that holistic care for our comrades. I basically function in the capacity of a registered nurse, and the onus is basically to ensure that we provide that professional standard of healthcare delivery. In the civilian capacity, obviously it would be a bit different because we do both military and healthcare. Yes, please.
All right, talk to me about how you got into this particular area, your foray into the military service.
Okay, so I actually joined the Barbados Defense Force as a civilian 8 years ago. I'm a physiotherapist by profession, so I came on as part of their sessional team offering physical therapy services to the service persons. I then had interest in developing my interest further within the military as I was a cadet, and I joined the reserve element of it in 2018. So I've been a member of the Barbados Defense Force Reserves from 2018 until now. They had a transition and they needed someone to essentially take over and lead the medical services. So I went on then as a full-time officer in 2022. So that's where my journey is today.
Wow, and what about you, Corporal Morris?
I joined the Barbados Defense Force in 2003. Coming unqualified, I was given the opportunity to join the health services unit at the time. And over the last 20 years, I would have been given the opportunity to do emergency medical technician, nursing assistant, and then went on to complete the bachelor's in registered nursing. Thus far, have been an interesting and phenomenal career development choice, in that coming from basically being unqualified and given such an opportunity to fulfill an awesome career.
Oh, that's excellent. That's truly a wonderful story. Now, in terms of the scope of work that you do, I know sometimes, from time to time, we see BDF ambulances, making their rounds in the island. So is this health and wellness only limited to members of military, or are you called upon to work outside of that with civilians from time to time?
So we are normally called upon to support the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So you will find for most large-scale events, we actually do a combined operation with the folks in the public system. So you find that we would offer support to Cropover, for example. When we go to our Cropover events, we're normally embedded within the emergency services. So we have persons from the ministry, the doctors, the nurses, we have persons from the fire service, we have persons from the ambulance service, and we work as a combined unit in that regard. In terms of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, for example, we also offer support with our emergency ambulance service. So we have our ambulances, which sometimes we are called upon to respond to. We also have what we call a mass casualty care clearance unit, and we actually form that support to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, as well as the Ministry of Health and Wellness, when there is a mass casualty incident in Barbados.
What is the training like? How different is the training for you? Obviously, when it comes to kind of balancing your training as a professional and then your training as a professional in the military, because I would imagine the training is different in terms of survival, if you have to be deployed, based on the type of work that you would do. So let's talk about the rigors of kind of balancing just that. For regular nurses, they just have to worry about being nurses, but here you are as a nurse who has to think about maybe being deployed, particularly in instances where we have mass casualty situations, or if we have to go out and help our Caribbean neighbors, or there may be something, heaven forbid, right here in Barbados.
Yes, please. The balance of being a full-time soldier and still a registered nurse. Obviously, I am a soldier first. I would have been given the opportunity to do registered nursing. Basically, coming up in the department, I would have been trained to find balance regardless. So I can on one side switch soldier-like, the other side switch nursing-wise. The two sometimes can be a bit challenging, and that basically is on the side of a nurse with the empathetic behavior, but still, if I'm poised in a situation, I obviously have to remember the soldier side. So it does have that significant challenge with balancing the two, but thus far, I have been doing pretty well in that area.
If I might say so myself, I love that. And for you, Captain Dr. Towler, the balance, I would imagine it is, a very difficult balancing act if, in fact, you have to go that extra step and be deployed. Being out in the field is totally different from operating in a traditional facility. I know you set up your field facilities and so on, but there are quite some stark differences.
So as Cropover said, it's a balance that you have to find. And the military prepares you for life within the military, particularly coming from that professional side, from being a civilian, from operating in a civilian setting to now coming in what we would call more so operational medical setting. So therefore, you have to always be able and ready and capable to be deployed, to make quick decisions on your feet, to be in a tactical setting, and to still be able to deliver the skills to make sure that the persons then within your care get the best quality of care and not feel too overwhelmed in that situation. So there is a healthy balance that we try to strike, but the Army does its best to prepare you for it as well.
Sitting by and looking at you, and I think I said this to the other officers as well, sometimes it is easy to assume that you're all as tough as nails. And when you come to talk about health and wellness, we know that's not the case, because behind the uniform, you're still human. So in terms of how you service the population there at the St. Anne's Fort, talk to us about the roles, the responsibility that you have at the care facility to take care of not only the physical, but the mental well-being of those in the service.
So we actually have a comprehensive mental health team, and it ranges from our psychiatrists, we have psychologists, and we also have a social worker. We have a team of padres. Our padres are our chaplaincy team, and these individuals, they work together through the coordination of a mental health nurse in order to ensure that each and every service person has access to services. So not every case directly will be related to some mental health illness, but someone might just need general support. So that's where you will find your social worker comes in if they have challenges within the household. We find interventions to help them to cope, particularly when we look at preparing for deployments or someone who has been out in the field for a while. We ensure that they have the guidance that they need essentially to be resilient, still focus on the operation and the tasks at hand, but know that their family is taken care of. In terms of persons who have a general challenge with coping because the pace is hot at times. We go through our peak points and we go through points where it is a bit more routine. We ensure that we have a structured resiliency program built in, and that soldiers know that health services support and mental health services support in particular is readily available.
Absolutely. We're going to get into it because for you ladies, it's like, an onion. So we're kind of peeling back the layers. So we talked about, your jobs and being in the military, but then being women in a male-dominated field can, I would imagine, add a totally different layer to how you need to function and what you need to do. So talk to us about how you have been able to manage in that area as well. For young women, I know I saw the last passing out parade for the cadets, and there were more girls than boys. So what advice would you have for the young ladies who are looking for a life in the military, a career in the military?
I would advise any young lady, you can join the Barbados Defense Force. You can be among your comrades, your male comrades, where you develop who you are. It basically builds you as a young woman in confidence, during the recruitment phase, you actually get to feel through who you really are. And in doing that, we do everything alongside of our male comrades. That basically gives you a sense of who you can be. So in doing that, you get stronger. You actually be able to do just as much as your male comrades. Coming into service, you are welcome. Yes, it's a male-dominated organization, but they do have space and a voice for us as the female, where we actually stay, we are actually placed in position where we have a say in the military. So it's not just all male decisions. The female say where we have a voice as well.
Absolutely, with Captain Towler running things over at the facility, we know that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So I do support what Corporal Morris said, and I also find that we are having more female leaders. We are inserting our females in the military in more operational spaces. So we're trying then to go away from those traditional roles of being support personnel within the Army to being more combative and being more operational. So the Army as itself has evolved, and women are now at the forefront of things. Even though it is a traditionally male-dominating environment, I would still encourage any young lady to seek a rewarding career in the military.
All right, good stuff. And that goes for me too, all right? So Captain Dr. Tara Towler, officer in charge of the Florence Gittins Medical Facility, as well as Corporal Chantel Morris, registered nurse, sharing with us this morning as we look toward the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the BDF on the 15th of August. They're celebrating under the theme Proven Excellence, Shaping a Promising Future. And tomorrow we're going to have some other officers sharing with us. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, time for a break here in Morning Barbados, but stay tuned. We have lots more coming up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV 8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. to see me, Chrissy D, on Fashion Flair on CBC TV 8. I'll be bringing you the latest fashion trends, fashion ends, and everything in between. Get ready to transform your style, get inspired, and elevate your fashion game with the ultimate guide to looking fabulous. Join me, Chrissy D, this Friday on CBC TV 8 at 6 p.m. for an exciting episode of Fashion Flair.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 7 minutes past 7 o'clock on this Tuesday, July 23rd. Time for an update of the news. Buildings in Barbados not fit for purpose will be rebuilt either by choice or by force. That's according to Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley, who says a timeline of 20 years has been set for houses as well as commercial buildings to meet the construction criteria to withstand the impacts of climate change.
Almost every building in this country that is not fit for purpose will at some point in the next decade or two be rebuilt, either by choice or by force. And I mean that because what we saw with Hurricane Beryl was a Category 4 hurricane formed to the southeast of Barbados, presenting what the coastal engineers have called the most perfect storm for storm surge.
Ms. Motley says she wants Barbadians to understand that the country must enter a new era with respect to construction and adaptation.
This is not something for government alone. This is not something for schools alone. This is something for each and every Barbadian who has a relationship with a building. And I want people to get accustomed to that. You know, I talk about many hands make light work, to the point where people, from the time I say many, they finish the sentence. Well, I want us to get accustomed to being able to understand that every house, every building in this country must become climate resilient. If it isn't, then you're going to be forced to do it for the wrong reasons, because the building will not withstand what will come.
A government minister is stressing the important role the Cadet Corps has played over the years in shaping many boys and girls into becoming upstanding citizens in several fields of endeavor, including law enforcement. Minister of Home Affairs, Information and Public Affairs, Wilfred Abrams, made the point while encouraging the organization to do more as he addressed cadet leaders from across the Caribbean. Our Rachel Agard was there.
The time has come for leaders of regional cadet organizations to change the way in which the program is delivered to draw more youth to the group. That's the view of Minister of Home Affairs, Information and Public Affairs, Wilfred Abrams. A former cadet himself, he says every secondary school student should be made to join the Barbados Cadet Corps or another national youth organization. Mr. Abrams was speaking at the opening ceremony of the 37th Caribbean Cadet Association of Commandants Conference. It's being held under the theme, Advancing Regional Interests Through Common Values, Shaping the Future, Empowering Our Youth.
The knowledge that cadetting across the region continues to be so vibrant and attract such a large membership is a strong indication that the future of our region is in good hands. This is more important today than perhaps at any other time in our history, especially given the complex daily challenges that confront our young people. These challenges are a threat to the very fabric of our society and threaten to derail the development of our youth and our nations. The scourge of gang violence, illegal guns, and drugs, and other negative influences which seek to exploit and sidetrack our youth can be considered an existential threat to our future, which the cadet movement must repel.
Minister Abrams also challenges heads of regional cadet units to continue to develop and implement strategies and programs for the expansion of cadetting regionally.
To this end, I fully endorse the participation of secondary school students in the cadet program and encourage every boy and girl to join the Cadet Corps or some other youth organization which aids in their social development. It is clear that young people who become involved in these organizations are less likely to engage in negative activity.
Chairman of the Caribbean Cadet Association, Brigadier the Honorable Errol Johnson, says although there are many cadetting success stories, he is unsure of any substantial research or documentation on the impact of cadetting through the years. Brigadier Johnson says commandants are cognizant of the environment rapidly changing and that the needs of the new generation are not the same as 20 years ago. And he stresses they must now band together and answer some pertinent questions.
Is our present training syllabus sufficient for the needs of today? How can we align our training to the school's curriculum, the Duke of Edinburgh scheme, and the various vocational curriculum in our region? Does our training support the personal development and growth of our cadets?
It is the Corps' intention to take cadetting to all corners of Barbados and the Caribbean. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Hey, thank you, Rachel. In sports, Kyron Pollard and his MI New York are the fourth and final team to qualify for Major League Cricket's 2024 playoffs. In a must-win match for both teams being played at Grand Prairie Stadium in Dallas, New York, sent Los Angeles Knight Riders into bat and dismissed them for 113 in 19.1 overs. Andre Russell top scored with 35. That included 6 fours and a 6, while player of the match Rashid Khan took 3 for 22. New York responded with 134 for 6 off 17 overs to win by 4 wickets. Nicholas Puran got 35, while Pollard was unbeaten on 33 off 12 deliveries and 2 fours and 3 sixes. We have the highlights from the New York innings.
Oh, that's in front. That's in front. The finger.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soca Avenue, all new on CBC TV8. Feeling the festival.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM. The
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's already 7:17, heading quickly up to the 8 o'clock hour. The time goes by so quickly. Somebody call us up and let us know if it's still raining so heavily outside. When we came in, lots and lots of rain, but we don't mind it. Of course, my mother would say the plants need the water. So how about that? All right, so we're going to move on to tell you now about the Shop Cropover experience at the Bridgetown Craft Market and Party Zones. And we've seen for 2024, most certainly for the 50th anniversary of Cropover, I almost said the 50th anniversary of independence, when you get accustomed to saying particular things. For Cropover, we've seen Bridgetown Market kind of come off of the Spring Garden Highway and go back to its original home in Bridgetown. So we certainly have been happy to see a lot more happening in Bridgetown. To talk to us more about that, we have Sonjean Cutting, who's the external coordinator for Bridgetown Craft Market for the National Cultural Foundation, joining us this morning. Good morning, Sonjean. Good to see you.
Great seeing you. Haven't seen you for a long time.
It is true. It's very true. Yeah. It's good to have you here. And Mr. Eddie Abed, no stranger to CBC Morning Barbados or to our screens. He is the Chamber of the Revitalization Committee for Bridgetown as a part of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Good morning. Thank you.
It's wonderful to have both of you here and talking about Cropover and the Craft Village in this way, in bringing someone with responsibility for the actual businesses in Bridgetown, along with the coordination from the National Cultural Foundation. Yeah. It says that we've kind of rounded a corner and we're talking more about working together. So
good marriages.
That's right. Set the table for us, Sonjean.
Good. Okay, well, as you said, the market has now found its way back to Bridgetown, its original home. And so we're using one of the primary spaces in Bridgetown at this point, which is Golden Square, for this weekend's Bridgetown market. But while we are set up in Golden Square, we will still have some activities at locations throughout Bridgetown. So once you are in Bridgetown on Saturday, you are part of the Bridgetown Craft Market.
I love that. So you're joining forces, Mr. Abed, to kind of bring the best of local shopping, where I would imagine, have some craft people and SMEs coming in. But of course, we have our traditional shops that are stationed in Bridgetown.
So it is, in fact, a great opportunity, not only for Bridgetown retailers, but the entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs in the country, to be able to showcase their wares. Some of them are doing food, so the savoring of different types of food in the city, in an environment where we have many streets will have been curtailed to regular vehicular activity, so you could walk up and down the streets. There'll be tented areas. There's going to be DJ music throughout the city, and we're hopeful that it will be enough to keep many people who may not have been in Bridgetown for a while very entertained, and more importantly, to enjoy our city. There's a lot in the city to be enjoyed. We sit on the coast, and we have a beautiful parliament. We're part of a historic area, and of course, with this additional fare of having these entrepreneurs and craft market there, we're hopeful not only tourists will come and visit the city, but locals who've not been there for a while. Come, you'll enjoy it. It'll be something that you'll remember for a while.
Absolutely. And these days, when we're talking about shopping generally, people talk about lifestyle spaces. Bridgetown certainly fits the bill. As you mentioned, there are places to see as well as shop. This time around, the presentation is being dubbed the Shop Cropover Experience.
Yes.
So expound on that.
Okay, so Shop Cropover Experience. It is Cropover.
Yes.
You must shop. So as Eddie said, you have all of Bridgetown to do your shopping. Go by Eddie, go to Duty Free Caribbean. You can go Flow, you can do shopping in Bridgetown. But when you come to Golden Square, that's where you meet the local craftspeople, the artisans. We'll have food trucks on location, because you must eat if you're shopping. You need sustenance. You know, as leather work, you have demonstrations, so you can even come out and learn, see how something is done, be it basketry, pottery. You can participate in worry and potter. There's actually a guy who will be demonstrating a board cricket game. You just mentioned cricket in the news. So there's so much to come to Golden Square to see on Saturday.
For the record, he came here with the board cricket game, and I beat him at his own game.
Wow!
He has since written for a rematch. I don't know if I'll have time to do it, But, you know,
So maybe you should come down on Saturday. Come to Golden Square.
Rematch in Golden Square.
Rematch in Golden Square. So it actually sounds good. Rematch in Golden Square. I mean, all the significance of Golden Square, a rematch in Golden Square sounds good.
I know we're talking about this being a marriage now, and for people who don't necessarily make the connection, this is something that really has been a connection for a very long time, even through your business, in terms of how involved you are with Cropover and what you do, and people going out getting ready for parties. Of course, they have to shop and get their clothes and so on. So this isn't something new, but it is wonderful that we're encouraging Barbadians to come back to the Bridgetown space at Cropover and highlight the importance of the partnerships in this particular way.
So there are several wheels within wheels here. Apart, the largest one being the Chamber of Commerce is working very much in symmetry with the NCF. We both recognize that we have similar goals and we're trying to reach similar markets, and we do so together in conjunction where we can get the best coming out of these events. The other side of it, of course, is the revitalization of Bridgetown. Any opportunity that we can get additional footfall coming into Bridgetown presents a chance for retailers to be able to convert that footfall into sales, gives them the opportunity for people to rediscover Bridgetown and see, you know what, maybe it's something that they should put into their calendar and come and see every so often. And of course, more importantly, it gives locals the opportunity to see what tourists see every day when they come to Barbados. They walk through Bridgetown, they enjoy the sights, they see beautiful Hero Square, which has been redone. I don't know if everybody has seen it, but it's absolutely worthwhile. Golden Square has been done beautifully. So we really do have quite a bit to look at in the city and so on. And we're hoping that this can become not only an event once a year, but perhaps we can look at other periods throughout the year and try to do something to climax it in Golden Square or within the city.
And so, Jean, it will be a whole day affair.
So
it gets started from 9 o'clock.
We're starting from 10 in the morning.
10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Okay.
And we go through until 6. And it's a day packed with sales opportunity, activity, but obviously it's Cropover, entertainment. Absolutely. And it also falls in the period of emancipation.
True.
So that the entertainment has been planned around the fact that we are in the period of emancipation. So we have that element. We have the tuck band, Dance in Africa. We will have a piece of emancipation piece actually being done. We have St. Leonard's Steel Pan, they'll be there. And then obviously we also have to have soca because it is Cropover.
Yes.
So just a few of the people who will be there will be like Shantae Price and Tay and Mikey. I will not give you any more. You will have to come on Saturday to see the rest. And there's more cultural. The landship obviously will be there because, as I said, we are in the period of emancipation. We are honoring our Barbadian culture. So there's so much to see on Saturday.
That's beautiful. And it wasn't lost on me, Mr. Abed, when you said that there will be tents and music and so on. Will that be outside of the space in Golden Square? Because we're not necessarily accustomed to seeing Bridgetown as that festive space, particularly among the shops or in the roads along Bridgetown.
So, in terms of having additional activities going on, it will not be a full closure of streets, but we will see sidewalk vending, sidewalk entrepreneurs, that sort of thing. There will be music to keep the city vibrant and going. And something I didn't mention I need to is that all the car parks, the public car parks, have agreed to stay open until 7. So you don't need to rush in and get out by 5:30 when the car park closes. I think it's going to be something very interesting. I know me for one, and I work in Bridgetown every day, it's something I look forward to. It really does give a wonderful feeling, especially for this time of year where it's festive and people are looking to enjoy themselves. So please, Barbados, come out, enjoy it. I think that's something you'll definitely look forward to.
And I really love, Sonjine, that we've moved away from just having Bridgetown Market the last weekend of the Cropover Festival. It's kind of a mad dash to try to get through everything up one side of Mighty Garner Highway, down the other, and before you can say Jack Robinson, it's all over.
It's all over.
That's true.
So it's good to have it now spread over a longer period of time. More people get to experience it, because when you get to Cropover weekend, there's so many other distractions, so many other things you want to be doing.
Friday before is the National Day of Significance, and I know the folk concert will be that night. In the square as well. So it truly is a marathon, kind of leading one thing into the other within the season of Emancipation throughout Cropover, and bringing Bridgetown into Bridgetown Market. I think is the icing on the cake.
Bringing the Bridgetown into Bridgetown Market.
Yeah, I think it will make all the difference. I most certainly look forward to it. If you can find that gentleman and he's willing to get beaten at his own game again in public, I'm willing.
He's hearing you all now. Maybe he is. We just want to thank our sponsors. There's NASCO, Toyota NASCO, Flow, and Pace Digital, which is a partner of the festival, and obviously Chamber of Commerce. We couldn't be doing any of this without the people who pay the bills.
All right. Do you have all your vendors on board?
We have
Are there any opportunities for people who might be looking on to come on board at this point?
At this point, they can have a conversation for next year. It's about time. This is about the time they can start engaging.
So come out and observe is what you can do.
You can come out and shop. Do not forget the shop experience. So observe and shop and enjoy the entertainment.
All right. Final word for you, Mr. Abed, encouraging people, of course, to come out and enjoy Bridgetown.
I think this is perhaps one of the most vibrant times of the year, being Cropover, and of course the season of Emancipation. We can't forget that. But equally, the variety, the opportunities that exist this particular weekend and going into next week as we get closer to Cropover are going to be worthwhile, that every person should at least have the opportunity to come out and see it. I think it will definitely be an opportunity you don't want to miss.
Absolutely. So there's just about everything for everybody: arts and culture, food and beverage. You have good soca music, of course. It's Cropover time after all. Heritage and folklore and shopping. So, I mean, that's just about everything you can want.
That's about it.
Yes?
That's Barbados.
Sounds like a cohabla pot to me.
That's exactly what I was thinking earlier.
So make sure you come out this weekend and be a part of it. Saturday, the 27th, presenting the best of local shopping, art, craft, great prices, demonstrations, lots of fun and music, as we mentioned, strolling of historic street characters, as well as some of the hottest soca artists. They're going to be all in Bridgetown on Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. I know some of you will be there before then, but you have an opportunity to be, in Bridgetown for the entire day, just strolling and enjoying what's there to offer. So thank you so much, Sonjean Cutting, who's the external coordinator for the Bridgetown Craft Market for the NCF, and Mr. Eddie Abed, who is the chairman of the Revitalization Committee for Bridgetown as a part of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, so only thing left to say is see you on Saturday. Make sure you come on out and enjoy it. And who knows, you might get to see that great rematch. All right, time for another break here on Morning Barbados, but lots more to come as we head toward the 8 o'clock hour.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the bone. Weekdays, right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV 8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. to see me, Chrissy D, on Fashion Flair on CBC TV 8. I'll be bringing you the latest fashion trends, fashion ends, and everything in between. Get ready to transform your style, get inspired, and elevate your fashion game with the ultimate guide to looking fabulous. Join me, Chrissy D, this Friday on CBC TV 8 at 6 p.m. for an exciting episode of Fashion Flair.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, everybody wants a clean home or office, and with the way things are going, we want to make sure that we're getting things in there that don't necessarily send us to the hospital as well. Jason Barnett is owner and sales manager for J&J's Forever Clean. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, viewers. How are you doing?
Good stuff. It's wonderful to have you with us. And of course, we're talking about ready-to-use products, no mixing, and you know they're safe to use around children and pets, which is very, very important. So let's talk first of all about the products that you're offering.
So we are offering a non-toxic, 100% non-toxic cleaner, degreaser, sanitizer. It's a 3-in-1 product. And when I say it can clean anything, it can clean absolutely anything. For your homeowners, imagine being able to clean your bathroom while you are still bathing, not having to worry about toxic chemicals suffocating you or causing your skin to burn or anything like that.
So it's made from all natural
products.
All natural products.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, it can be used for just about
anything. For your home, you can use it for mopping, cleaning the stoves, cleaning the bathroom, pots, pans. You can sterilize your utensils. For offices, you can use it to mop with. You can also use it to mop at home. You can sanitize your keyboard, your phone, light switches, sockets, anything you can think
Well, this
about.
really is a game changer because usually we have to get a few products to be able to clean different things, particularly when you're talking about maybe degreasing your stove and things like that,
Correct.
as opposed to maybe cleaning your bathroom.
Correct.
Yes?
Yes, the beauty about it is that it also saves you money because, as you said, you don't have to buy 3 and 4 different products to do 3 and 4 different services. You have one product in your hand, you spray it through your home or your office, and you clean as you go, and you just enjoy. It actually makes you want to clean.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay, so it comes in different sizes. I see, you know, that you're displaying. So it's the same product, just in different sizes.
Just in different sizes. For those who may just want a little bit to try, or they don't want to do that big cleaning, you have the small bottle. The companies tend to buy the gallon bottles more, but you can use either one to do what you need to do.
All right, that's wonderful. Where can we get this amazing product?
You can get these products at, for example, Woolworth. You can get it at Sewing World, Junction Hardware. One of our distributors is Quality Essentials Distribution. They're located in Darrows Road. Code 1 Plus in St. James. Optimum Sales in Tudor Bridge. And Banshee Trading in Darrows Road as well, is where you can get these at. The beauty about this product, and I'm not saying to you guys to do this, who's watching, but when we say non-toxic, we mean non-toxic. There's absolutely fantastic what this product can do, and just showing you that it will cause you absolutely no harm when you're using this product. It's absolutely safe. The only product on the market that I know about that you can put on your skin and still get cleaner results from.
Wow,
absolutely
that's
fantastic.
Well, when you say a healthier way to clean, you really mean it.
A healthier way to clean.
A healthier way to clean, and of course presented by J&J's Forever Clean. Talk to me about the development of this product. How long have you been on the market?
I have been on the market going on a year now. We were going through our testing phase to make sure that when we come to the market, what we say is exactly what you're getting. So we are finally full-blown into the market. We've done some demonstrations on homes and businesses. The beauty about this product as well, we have a lot of mold problem going around right now. This product is very, very good for mold. This mixed with another product we have, we call it our mold buster because it absolutely takes care of mold. There's a service also provided with this product. If, for example, you want us to come and do some cleaning, whether it's your home, your business, your office, no matter.
All right, we're going to get back to that, but we want you to focus a little bit on the product itself and make sure that you try it out. Of course, you know, as he mentioned, J&J Forever Clean, they're presenting a healthier way to clean with this non-toxic cleaner, degreaser, sanitizer. Really is an all-in-one product. And the places that you can grab it from are Woolworth, Sewing World, or Black Image, Roberts Manufacturing Retail Store, Junction Hardware, Code 1 Plus Supermarket, Optimum Sales and Services Limited, and Shami Trading. So make sure that you get out and get this product. I am so intrigued, not because I love to clean, I don't clean, but because here we are talking about replacing a whole lot of products. So, correct. You know, we're often in the supermarket and buying something to clean the bathroom and something to sweeten up the place when you mop, but you still need something to clean the floor.
Correct. When
you're mopping. I know you're adding things like mold and mildew, so to be able to get that off of your bathroom, you know, let's talk more about that. And of course, the health benefits of using something that is non-toxic is very important. As somebody who I can't believe I'm admitting this on TV, but who has had to kind of seek medical attention for mixing up products before.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. But a lot of people do that.
Yes, a lot of people mix chemicals which you shouldn't. With us, you don't have to worry about that at all. Our product deep cleans. So what it would do also is it will any surface you put it on, it will go into that surface. It will actually draw out any toxic residue that you may have left on the surface from using toxic chemicals. It will treat that area, sterilize it, clean it, leaving you with a toxic-free surface. Persons who have allergies, asthma, sinusitis, along those lines.
All of the above.
All of the above. This product is perfect for them to use.
Do you have to use big quantities of the product to be able to get things clean?
No, you do not. You can actually use the spray bottles, spray your area, and clean. You don't need to use the entire bottle to clean. My post lady actually told me she cleaned her entire home with just one bottle.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, I think this truly is a game changer, particularly because there are a lot of people who have challenges with, you know, respiratory issues.
Correct.
And this is a great way for them to be able to clean without that additional worry of aggravating their challenges. Now, I know that you also work in tandem with another company to be able to offer cleaning services. So
yes,
in addition to offering the product, you do offer the service of cleaning too.
Yes, please. We work along with another company called J&J Industrial. They buy our products, but if we come across persons who need cleaning, we revert them to that cleaning firm, who also uses nothing else but non-toxic products right through to do every single thing that they are doing.
And that's important. We have a quickly aging population as well. And if you want to clean the home, particularly if you have elderly parents or elderly relatives living in the home, or even babies, you don't want to use all of these toxic products to put them at risk.
No, you do not. And funny enough, you said babies, because I have parents who have problems right now cleaning because they have to put their child in another room or put them up the house. With our product, you can have your baby right next to you while you're cleaning and have no worries whatsoever.
Jason, how do we get a hold of you?
You can reach me at 265-8888, 847-7825.
265-8888, and the second number?
847-7825.
7825. So make sure you check the product out. And I love that it comes with a spray top. You know, it certainly makes kind of dispensing the product a lot easier.
Correct.
But it is a multi-surface cleaner, degreaser, and sanitizer. And it sounds a little crazy to have all of that all labeled in one, but that's exactly what the product is. It's safe to use around children and, of course, pets. Because when you clean, you want to make sure that you're using something. You know, pets tend to go behind and they might lick something.
Yes, please.
And then you don't want your pets to be ill, or worse yet, to lose your pets.
Correct. You can actually bathe your pets with this product as well. It will take care of any ticks or any other blemishes they may have on the skin. Not the face. If you're going to clean the face with it, you get a cloth and you wipe the face. But the body, you can definitely clean the body with it.
Oh, wow. So you can wash down your pets with this as well.
You can also spray your plants with this product. It helps your plants to grow a lot prettier, a lot better. It treats the soil and gives the soil actually a good bath and food.
All right, so it's just about everything sustainable, because you're not using toxic products, and it really is a one size fits all. It's a one product to be able to do every job. What's the toughest job that you've ever come across that you've surprised somebody by being able to clean it with this one product?
I've been to schools, I've been to hotels, and they've been having some problems with their growth, for example. And I went into one hotel, I gave the product to the lady and I told them, you do it yourself so you can see that I'm not trying to trick you. And they're my long-term customer right now. They absolutely love the product.
So you just spray it down the growth. You have to let it soak or something?
As soon as this touches the surface, it works. So you don't even need to let it soak.
Can I have a couple gallons? Because, listen to me, I'm always fighting with my growth, particularly in the well-traversed parts of the house.
Yes.
You want to make sure that the growth stays looking nice and fresh. But I have almond-colored growth in my house, and I think that was one of the worst decisions I ever made.
Well, this would definitely keep your growth looking healthy.
Well, that's good stuff. Again, you can find the product at various places. I love that it's available in Bridgetown and all across the island.
Yes, we're trying to expand as we go on.
So that makes it a whole lot easier for you. You can check them out by sending an email to jjforeverclean@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Instagram at jforeverclean. I guess you will be able to see.
JJ's Forever Clean.
Is JJ Forever Clean? J?
Yes, please. JJ's Forever Clean.
JJ's Forever Clean on Instagram?
Yes, please.
All right, so 2 J's and an S?
Yes, please.
Is there an apostrophe?
Yes.
Okay, let me find it to make sure we're saying the right thing.
Yes, please.
So JJ's Forever Clean on Instagram as well. And for those of us who are always on Instagram doom scrolling, I know that makes life a whole lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and follow right now because, one product to replace all those other products you're buying. You don't have to worry about toxic fumes. Just this weekend, I had another incident.
Oh, boy.
So you've come just in time. But the truth of the matter is sometimes you do have to see. The reason why people feel like they need to mix products is because even though you're buying all of these products, just one will not do the job.
Correct.
So there's one that might do just so much, and then you need to use another one to take you the rest of the way.
Correct.
But here you have JJ's Forever Clean.
Yes.
Offering this multi-surface cleaner to do everything.
Everything. It's no odor, but we also have it now in peppermint for those who just want a scent. So natural oil peppermint, we have it in now as well.
All right, so no odor.
Yes, please.
Or peppermint.
Or peppermint.
All right, and a little bit of everything.
Yes, please.
So it's non-toxic, it's hypoallergenic, and of course it's water-based.
Water-based, 100% water-based. That's why I'm able to put it on my clothes.
What does water-based mean in the grand scheme of things?
It means that there is no chemical in this product that has an acidic attached to it. So water is absolutely just straight water, nothing else.
All right, so I'm following. It is actually JJ Forever Clean. New and healthier way to clean with this non-toxic cleaner, degreaser, sanitizer. It's an all-in-one product, and they're located in Husband's Gardens.
Yes,
so give them a call at the numbers that we're going to list for you on screen. Easy to go, 847-7825 or 265-8888 to find out more about the products. And of course, they offer a service where they link with another company if you want them to come in and clean as well. Final word for you on encouraging Barbadians to get on board and grab this really multi-surface cleaner.
Yes, it is very important that we understand that inhaling these toxic chemicals over time will definitely make you sick. And now we have something that you don't have to worry down the road, am I going to get an ulcer, or where did this lump come from? You have something that is going to keep you clean, it's going to purify the air as you clean, it's going to sanitize every single time as you clean, so you know that your surfaces are absolutely clean. It's not a miracle worker, it's an alternative for a healthier clean.
It's not a miracle worker, really. You just brought me a product that I can clean my bathroom, clean my stove, clean the grout.
Yes.
Rinse off the animals, put it on my plants, enhance the air. I feel miracle coming on.
But I have to say it's not a miracle worker, because we've had some clients who say, oh, it didn't take out this stain, it didn't take out that stain, but it's not a miracle worker.
Yeah. So practical expectation, but I certainly look forward to seeing how it works. So when you come back next time, we can share all about that. So make sure you grab some of it and give it a try, all right? Don't just take our word for it. Time for another break. It's getting down in time, just about 12 minutes to go before 8, but stay with us. Much more is to come.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From 98.1 to CBC TV8 comes the Soca Avenue, the sweetest soca hour in radio. It's artists with new tunes and some old sweet ones too, jamming on the Soca Avenue. Saturdays, join AON Skills and the crew down on Soca Avenue. All new on CBC TV8. Feel
morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Time for us to welcome back someone who graduated from the SJPI with a distinction in vehicle body repair. And we've had her here on Morning Barbados before to talk all about her journey with that. Since then, there's been a lot happening. So help me welcome back Holly Ann Bailey, who is an auto body painter and technician and gold medalist for the World Skills Barbados 2024. She went on to represent Barbados at the World Skills Competition in Canada, and she's now a bronze medalist. So she's brought along the certificates and everything we can celebrate with her. And joining us is Niga Saline Brown, who's Regional Technical Representative for Automotive Art. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Holly Ann.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right, good stuff. Talk to me about your journey. Last time you were here, we were talking about entering the World Skills Competition here in Barbados, the local version. What was that experience like, first of all?
Well, for me, that experience was a little nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was my first time even partaking in a competition. So, you know, the nerves were there, but, you know, you have to tell yourself, you know, just push through. And that's what I did, and here I am.
All right, and outside of that, you were able to not only push through, but come out on top and move on to represent Barbados.
Yes, I did.
What was that like, being able to go outside of Barbados and see like minds, but see different things I would imagine also?
Yeah. I mean, that was like a surreal experience for me, because being in another country other than Barbados, it was just like seeing technology I haven't seen before, meeting people I've never met before, making friends, making companions. I mean, it was a really awesome experience in my opinion.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Now for you, Nigas, talk to us about your journey with World Skills.
So my journey with World Skills began in 2019. I was able to train the competitor at the time, leading up to Russia. So we traveled to Russia to represent Barbados. It was an eye-opening experience for me. I've never experienced anything like that before, whereas the facility that was built and obviously the level of technology that was used there, it was really eye-opening for me, and I'm able now to help Holly on her journey and to prepare for such a big event.
Talk to me about your background that has put you in a place where you can help others.
All right. So for me, I started my journey. I also went to Polytechnic as well, and automotive art was my job attachment. And I have been there now, this is 15 years.
Wow.
So yes, and I travel and represent automotive art regionally, teaching people and educating people about our products and demonstrating and doing classes and stuff like that. And it has also, TVET Council has reached out to automotive art, and we have been working together since, as I said, 2019. And obviously for Holly, she worked with me one-on-one, and it's been a fantastic journey so far with her.
Holly, close your ears. What's it like working with her as a student?
Well, I would say for Holly, she listens, she takes notes of everything that I teach her, and it has helped her to become a very good painter. Obviously, most people see this field as a man's field, but for Holly, she's a very good student, and she learns a lot, and it has been, the results have spoken for themselves, obviously, recently here in Canada.
Good stuff. Show off this certificate. I want to hear all about it. Nigas kind of gave us an idea of what it's like seeing all of this new technology. It says certificate of recognition for you know, the award given to you, and certificate of participation. So again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Give us some more insight into what it was like, people from all across the world converging on Canada. What did you have to do in particular?
Well, one of those things I did, which was my first time doing, was design a bonnet. That to me was probably the most challenging thing for me, considering it was my first time doing it. But, you know, you live and you learn, and that's what I did. I learned it, and now I can't wait to do it again.
Design a bonnet.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting stuff.
Usually in the Caribbean, you would find people wrap vehicles here. But at the competition, they try to challenge the competitors as much as they can. Obviously, everything is on the time. So Holly had to do that experience under 4 hours, which is quite hard if it's your first time. But she was able to rally through and completed it in the time.
Nigas, how do you prep to be able to stay ahead in terms of technology and what's happening to get these competitors ready to a place where they can compete in a way that they can win.
Yeah, so for me, obviously, I try to keep up to abreast with the standard of where carpentry is in the world. I'm obviously working for a company like Automotive Art. They sent me to do training and stuff like that in the world at the top companies in the world that obviously sets the standard for carpentering in the world, which is the Glasserie, which we traveled to Germany. That was a great experience for Holly as well, because they're launching a new product at Real Skills in France in September, and I was glad that she had the exposure to be able to work with that product before the competition, because it's a new product that's launching, and she would be at a disadvantage if she did that training in Germany.
Good stuff. And I know that you did your job attachment initially at Courtesy. So where are you hoping to take this career outside of now being very familiar with designing bonnets and everything else?
Well, I always tell people I don't know what the future holds. So right now I'm just focusing on World Skills right now and doing what I'm doing now and focusing on this.
What's the next step for you?
Well, for me, hopefully Lyon, France, and come in first, winning that gold medal.
What does she have to do to make sure that she gets up there in at least the top 3 in France?
Yeah, so obviously the competition that we did recently in Canada, she competed against the top countries in the world, and the only countries that beat Holly was UK and Germany. Holly she overcome the USA, which dropped out of the competition because the pressure was too much. And also Canada. And I told Holly some of those years are going to be hard, but you have to push through. And that's what she did. And it's been a very, very good experience for her. And obviously for Lyon, France, there are some things that we have to work on, which obviously we learned at this mini competition. So we will work on those leading up for the next 6 weeks, which is in Lyon.
23 countries you're going to be up against. No pressure, Holly.
No pressure.
Yeah, and of course, you know, how many, in terms of the ratio, how many other ladies were there competing in this particular area?
Well, it was 3 of them. 3 ladies and 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, you know, outnumber them anyways.
Yeah.
Well, that's good stuff. Again, congrats, Holly. And it's wonderful to see 2 youthful faces sitting in front of me. Niga says he's been at Automotive Art for 15 years. Maybe he started working there when he was 10. We're not sure. Because he looks equally as young. But it's wonderful to see that young Barbadians are flying the flag in so many different areas. Not just your traditional sports or athletics or what have you, but in their chosen fields. That means a lot. So thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks for Nigas for getting these young people ready for the world and the world of work.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you, Holly. You absolutely have to come back and take more pictures, man. Don't be painting so much that we don't get to see what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, no problem. We'll do.
All right, so make sure you listen out for more on that as Holly takes on 23 countries in France in a few weeks, representing for Barbados, and of course coming through World Skills Barbados. And you know, with World Skills, kudos to the people who put it on, because this is a showcase for young people to really show what they can do in a number of areas. So that's today's show already. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun, and we had lots and lots of fun today. Tomorrow we're talking about the upcoming Project Soft Camp. Very interesting stuff. You will want to hear about that. BCC, they're having their 120th anniversary celebrations, and we're going to share more about that too. Plus we're talking HR with the Human Resources Management Association of Barbados. Cardiovascular surgeon Dr. Lorena Montez will be here talking about ventricular assist devices and of course the role of women in cardiovascular surgery. Plus we're talking platinum soca. That's all tomorrow on Morning Barbados. Have a great day today. Don't get in the wet, as Bajans would say. It's raining outside. What with your umbrellas, rainmates, if you must. But whatever you do, have a great day, have a safe day, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you.